Today is November 25th. Hal spoke to the media. Yankees made their biggest first moves. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy.
Maybe other moves made for
John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. Producer BBD in the corner. Hal spoke to the media yesterday. You went to SeatGeek and used our discount code YANKS2025 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek.
Jim?
Man, maybe you didn't do that, but you can. You shall. They've got 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Click the End More section. Find something you've never thought you would go to. Use our code YANKS2025 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Jake, good to have you back. How are you? Welcome to the Yankees.
James, Davis, everyone tuning in. Good to be back. Good to be seen. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I mean, this is our first You, Me, Davis episode in, I think, 3 weeks. So pretty wild how the offseason gets underway and gets into it. And thanks, everyone, for allowing us to do a little bit of juggle. I was just going to say, I thought you were off your gasoline and rocks diet you were on when I went to tune into the off-season planning episode, but it seems like you went back to the well this morning. You got to stop.
3 kids in a warehouse diet.
Gotta stop.
It's been treating me poorly.
But yeah, man, I'm excited to dive in. I want to cover Trent with you a little bit, because that the wrinkle in this Yankees offseason, it was kind of reminding me of Clark Schmidt, Mike King, and the Juan Soto trade offers a couple years ago, where we're like, maybe they'll go Clark instead of King, and we're like, maybe Trent will just go and be a free agent, right? And it's like, no, he's coming back. So excited to dive into that and try to figure out some of the next moves, because as you, me, and Hal have talked about, it's not clear. It's not clear, Jim.
It's not clear. Last year, if they didn't get Soto, we kind of had on our vision board, okay, you have to get Bellinger.
We did good.
Okay, Goldie is going to be an option at first base because they didn't get Walker. And even Max Fried is what I said right away. As soon as they didn't get Soto, like maybe they pivot to go get Max Fried now. So it was pretty clear their pivots. It's not clear right now because we don't know how much they want to spend. Like the Soto offer gave us kind of that limit of what they're willing to spend so we could backfill the rest.
Because the audible even made sense from the perspective of they can say, like, we spent half the price tag on these 5 guys. Yeah. And like that, the whole spin would make sense. And then we told ourselves, like, we're going to be a better all-around team. And, like, we did all of that. That this roadmap gets tricky kind of quick. But I do think something that we'll stumble on at a certain point in this conversation is that trade ammo-wise, the Yankees are set up a lot better than they might have been in Talkin' Yanks history.
Yes.
We talked about the tip of the iceberg of that yesterday. Off mic, people. Don't try to look that up. It was a private conversation. Personal.
And they did make all the moves. This is kind of on today's episode, but they did make all the non-tender moves that we guessed they would have made. They cleared $5 million by not tendering Mark Leiter Jr. a contract, Jake Cousins a contract, Ian Hamilton a contract, Scott Effross. I think you and I both left Effross on our plans because he had options.
I thought they were just going to pick one of those guys and be like, oh, we like Jake Cousins, or we like one of those guys. But they let them all go, which, again, I guess I'm interested to see if that is
I'm missing another
flexibility.
What was the other one I'm missing? I mean, Loizaga, but there was 5.
Hamilton.
Michael Arias, your guy?
Michael Arias, yeah.
What did you like with him?
Nothing.
I like the name.
Mike Arias? No. I don't like the name.
Michael
Arias, I don't know who you are. It tells me nothing about him.
That's what I kind of like.
Yeah. They didn't like it. So they have so many bullpen slots to fill up. They have a lot. They're not going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. It's very tough. They also they cleared $5 million by non-tendering all those guys or not giving them a contract. I hope I'm using the correct terms. I think I am. Then they gave Yarby a contract, $2.5 million. So they spent half of that already. But that. I like the Yarby move. Like, he is good depth if he's your swing man.
Well, that's where I felt kind of, I don't want to, felt mad. Yeah, Jake.
I felt mad.
You're mad, dog.
What color did you see when you felt mad?
So the Yankees pitching gets really interesting. But Yarby's perfect because I think he enters the season as a rotation option. It's just which option. Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7? That we need to figure that out Yankees-wise. But I guess, and this is where you and me are trying to figure out where to be aligned with Colin Rodon, who, I can only imagine how intense Garrett Cole has taken his rehab assignment. The most intense, focused person I think I've seen in Yankees uniform. That it's just, what are their true timelines? Because, okay, let's say one of them is going to come back in the middle of May. Ryan Yarbrough, could you pencil him in for the first 6 starts as your 5 starter? Yes. But this is all before we're getting to other spring training injuries.
Yeah.
And, where are the Yankees at with Luis Seal? Where are we at with Luis Seal? There's so many moving parts. And then the part of this that I guess is exciting for Yankee fans is the Yankees have actual pitching prospects that what's going to be a fun conversation is what trades are actually on the table versus what could the Yankees let a young guy break camp, but we're already penciling in Cam Schlittler as the 2 right now behind Fried. And yeah, it gets really scary. And you noted that Cashman, how much he drove home the pitching point, which it starts getting messy because the pitching and the hitting was a problem for the Yankees last year.
Pitching, not really a problem during the regular season.
Correct. But in the postseason, Rodon
Big
got
problem.
hurt.
Cashman had a funny quote about that.
How funny? Funny how? Funny like a clown?
Cashman said, it's always pitching first and foremost. The starting rotation was a plus for us all year. Didn't work out that way in the postseason because we're getting 3 innings in and getting whacked. So I don't know what that was about.
Was that was Cash or Hal?
Cash. That was.
Is he listening to Joe's? That's Joe's speak.
It just took me to this full. I thought it would be a timestamp, but it didn't. Yeah, didn't work out. I tried to find the video. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Don't know what that was about. Me neither. Sucked.
Blue Jays had Fried's number. Rodon was hurt.
Yeah. Rodon's injury is also kind of, they said his injury, the surgery was worse than the MRI. The cleanup was more severe than the MRI result.
That's what you want to hear after surgery.
No, it's not.
Hey, how'd it go in there, Doc? Oh, boy. We thought we had it. It was
right.
Worse.
Usually they get some loose bodies cleaned up out of the elbow. You and I always talk about it.
You've been waiting.
I would love to see how many loose bodies I have in my elbow. No need for me to find out.
Ray Rod just get traded. He said he just got a couple bonus ones out of there.
And Cashman said, I'll be honest, I don't know. Certainly the last 2 years have been really good for us with Carlos. He's done a great job. Unfortunately, with surgery to get some cleanup on that, it'll have to start the season late. So I'll start the season on the IL. He'll be ready either sometime in April or May at the latest, as long as there's no other issues that pop up in between. The cleanup was more severe than the MRI result.
Not what you want.
Not what you want to hear.
What you want.
Usually it's cleanup went good and found those loose bodies. They're nah, dude, we lifted up the couch cushion and it was mess.
Oh, my God.
We had to recharge the vacuum.
Who's eating Jolly Ranchers?
The dog.
Not for nothing, they said kind of the same thing about Volpe's shoulder surgery. They said, yeah, once we got in there, it was worse than we thought going in. I don't think that's not that uncommon.
It's supposed to be the off season. It's supposed to be he's got the shoulder of a Roman warrior.
He can start swinging in 3 months, but he can't dive for 6 months. All right. Then don't play baseball for 6 months and take a breather, kid.
Take a breather.
Let's wait
kid.
Sounds like the swinging could be a gateway to re-injuring the shoulder that you can't dive on. Just seems a little risky to me, but it's probably not. I'm not a doctor yet.
They've got a plan.
I'll tell you what's a big factor for us. It's factor. Fall always feels like a reset between back to school. Busy routine, shorter days. Find time to cook can be rough. That's why we love Factor. Chef prep, dietitian approved, meals that make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic things get. Tons of different options, whether it's just different flavors you're looking for. They're new Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors, influence from China, Thailand, and more. To be honest with you, it's set up for you. 2 minutes, throw it in, you're eating. So if you want to eat smart at factormeals.com/Yanks50 off. Use code Yanks50 off, 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code Yanks50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box and free breakfast 1 year. Delicious, ready-to-eat meals with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Trent Grisham, is that where we're supposed to start the show?
Let's go to Trent, because I think that'll bring us into the other. We'll probably land just where we were, but Trent does start it off. He accepted the qualifying offer, 1 year, $22 million. Snaps for Trent Grisham, a guy that was on our bench, and if you want to be salty about that process, it is what it is. Trent was great for us in the regular season last year. If Trent had 2 different swings in the postseason, I think we'd all be stoked about this, but he didn't. He did not. I don't know. I think talking Yanks fans saw myself go in a circle about his defense last year. But he did have the hamstring injury, the nonchalant thing. It was really cool when he was hitting those late inning home runs. So that's fine. The Cashman quote is true. Like the outfield market this year is thin, for free agents. Trent was probably the 3rd best outfielder available. It was Tucker, Belly. We'll talk about that another time, guys. And then Trent, that I know it left a bad taste in our mouth, but for what Trent did last year, for what looked like a change in approach clearly at the plate, what looked like a mentality that changed, a 29-year-old for 1 season at $22 million. I know when we were all trying to allocate our money differently, and we'll talk about some of Hal's quotes about allocating money, this Trent move is what it is, and it shouldn't be a detriment to the 26 Yankees.
No, you really forgot he was playing on a bum hamstring, because all the stats are like his speed and his defense were down significantly. In 2024, he didn't play enough to even have his numbers documented.
Right.
But in 2023, I mean, he was, really good out there. He clearly takes good routes. I did forget, even and when you just said that, I was like, oh yeah, he came back from a hamstring injury that he was really catering to. Like if a ball was outside of his...
There's a couple series that it was like...
Maybe you shouldn't be out there. Meanwhile, Martian just can't play defense, so that was a bummer. If it does not affect Belly or Tucker or big moves, then great. Right. But if it does, then not great.
Well, and that's the cause and effect of this Yankees offseason, where you talked about knowing, okay, if it was Soto, we kind of laughed when we did the Soto plans because we're like, all right, it's Soto, and then we'll see, because that was kind of it. Like almost a lot of the money was going into Soto, that there was a couple other small pivot moves that when the board opened up, it allowed this, that the Yankees got their work done. the Yankees who, and maybe this starts to bring us into Hal's quotes a little bit, but depending how much of a budget they have, the offense, we walked away from the offense feeling like there's significant holes.
The whole bottom needs to change their approach.
The whole bottom, which it was kind of an up, because we came out of the Soto postseason being like, well, the bottom 5 can't play with them. This year, we're like, the bottom 3, it's just so thin. And then the starting pitching just gets bizarre because, okay, Cole, first year after Tommy John, even 14 or 15 months in, however they handle it. Okay, I like to think I can believe in that, but still, what are you truly believing in there? Rodon, that injury update isn't great, and this is a guy that has a more significant injury history, that you're now looking at it going back to old Talkin Yanks times. It's Fried in the question marks.
Yeah, well, Fried in the like limited excitement, or like not limited, the guarded excitement. Like Schlittler, love him, great. Seen a guy come up, do what he does, get injured more than I've seen him stay healthy the next year. Just being as honest as I can.
Right, in baseball history, that's not a Camp Schlittler thing.
Not a Camp Schlittler thing.
In
baseball history thing. Heel. Like, I would not be shocked, and I hate saying this shit, if Schlittler's comes into, he threw harder than he ever thrown in the playoffs and stuff like that. Like,
most innings ever.
Most innings ever, upped his velocity. Like, that's a first day of camp. I am very clued in to the Schlittler updates, and he doesn't Clark Schmidt himself into an injury, or he doesn't like have the heel injury. We saw it with Severino when he got really good and had 2 brilliant years. Like, it's a coin flip. Yeah. So it's the guarded excitement. It's Max Fried and the guarded excitement, because you hope Will Warren can take the next step up. You hope Schlittler can stay healthy and just continue to do what he does. Luis Heel, I don't see him being around, but I just feel like if they can get something for him, they'll try. They tried to shop him last year. But Heel at his best is really good too. So, like, yes, a lot of teams can say, if everyone's at their best and healthy, I love the rotation. Most teams.
Well, I think what's tricky is not a lot of teams, a handful of teams. And that's where the part that we're missing is I'd love to know the Yankees' true mindset of, and I guess this is where things get scary, and this is where some of the Hal quotes come in, is their view of 162 and their view of the postseason. Because even Hal talked about how the Dodgers got healthy at the right time. Like, how do the Yankees think they can, if they have Cole slotted for May 15th and they have Rodon slotted for June 15th, how do they handle the first half of the season versus how do they project themselves by the end of the season versus how they're going to spend the rest of their money? And then the twist to this that, again, should be a lot of fun, but there's not the one name or the 2 names that we're all eyeing at that, like, hey, pull the trigger, trade Hess for this guy. That it's tough to really see where the shuffle is. And I don't know, Jim. I'm a little lost.
A lot of it, I don't understand what they're going to do.
Can I do some positive spin?
They like the team more than me. Like, Hal was like, I like our infield. And I was like, okay, I mean, what is the infield?
Right.
It's McMahon, Caballero to start the year, Jazz, Rice. That's the infield?
I think so. Which, by the way, I like the infield.
I like that if they're doing what they can do and not what they can't do.
Nice.
In a way. Like, if Caballero can be a pest, I like him out there. I don't know if he projects to be a 162 starting shortstop. Amazing. But, yeah, I like Jazz. I like Rice. Rice needs to hit into some better luck, which I don't think is all luck and not luck. McMahon, I'm curious. He's actually one of our best hitters in the postseason, which is funny. But then what's the outfield? Because if that's the infield, the outfield needs to be like good. Is the outfield Dominguez/Jones in left field, Trent in center, and Judge in right? Because I don't like that. I don't like the collection of guys there. Like, sure, I like that infield, but I like that infield when you have an outfield of Bellinger, Trent, and Judge being the best outfield in the league. Or I like that infield when you have a collection of Judge, Soto, and Verdugo's ground outs being the best outfield in the league. Like, the last 2 years, the Yankees, because of Judge, but also because of Soto and what Belly and Trent did, they had the best outfield in the league that carries their infield. If they're going with the rookies and Trent to do what he did and Judge, that's Judge and the guys. That's just Judge and the boys. Judge and the hopefuls. And I'm not trying to knock Jazz here or Ben Rice, but you might have two dead bats at short and third and left, which has been our bugaboo about this team for going on 6 years, the left side of the field.
Well, and then it was the right side defense for 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is you guys are hearing us try to talk ourselves out of a pretzel a little bit. It's just what's the upgrade, and then the other thing that because again, you're trying to get in the Yankees front office's mind. It's weird because I think they look back at last year's regular season and they see their offense as a massive success.
It is over 162.
They were first in OPS, they were first in runs, they're first in home runs. So like the Yankees feel really good about that. And then I guess, hey, like at a certain point, every team, if we're operating under some financial, payroll limits, which again we'll get into, like, okay, Ben Rice and Jason Dominguez, have those guys earned an opportunity to start coming into next year? I think so.
Ben Rice has.
I think so. Dominguez has earned an opportunity. Hitting-wise?
Depends who's around him. No, not if Caballero and McMahon are also playing in the starting lineup.
Right. That's where things get
You're
tricky.
on a chance somewhere.
That's where things get tricky. And that's where there's like a lot of... Right now, the Yankees' offense is finger-pointing at each other.
Yeah.
And it's like... it was kind of... Before Trent re-signed, it was like, oh, could Ben Rice be like a really good, flexible top four in the lineup guy? Yeah. Now that Trent's re-signed, it's like, but both of them, that gets tricky.
And if they sign Belly, they're very lefty-heavy again up top.
Dominguez and McMahon are pointing at each other.
They're lefties. Jazz lefty. I mean, they're just lefty. Dominguez
is like, wow, McMahon can't hit, huh? McMahon's like, Dominguez
Spencer
can't
Jones,
catch.
lefty.
That's where I'm wondering.
So Judge and Caballero.
Stan.
And Stanton. He's going to have a 2-month injury. Okay, that was a joke / guess. I said they would do that last year. They actually ended up doing it.
Worked out.
And he played really well, so who knows.
The Austin Wells part of this is really tricky because, again, not a lot of catchers exist. And that's where, again, we start talking ourselves in circles. I was wondering, like, is a Ryan McMahon trade more possible than we've thought so far?
I had that as part of my plan.
But then I also don't know where the moves are.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, Bohm still makes sense if you can get him just because you have a platoon first base, third base option. Yeah. I don't know if I love that. Like, I don't know if that works out. I'm like, boom, now we're beasts. But I think it just sets up the lineup better than what it is now.
It's really good insurance.
Like, he's a back of the... I know he's hit higher up in his career, but, the way his numbers and his style of hitting, doesn't whiff a lot, doesn't strike out a lot, has good batting average. I think he's streaky, but if he's the 7, 8, 9, or he's the 6, 7, like, that's nice.
I guess that's where, and I do think this is where things are heading, but dude, this is all before Belly.
Yeah.
And like, I'm I know Cashman and I think Hal said it too, that Trent doesn't affect the Belly signing. I 1,000% think it does.
Well, we don't know.
You're spending $22 million on a center fielder.
At the very least, it gives them the insurance to, like, if his negotiations get to a very high number, they can walk away. And that is an obvious effect on it.
Let's do the Hal quotes, because the ones that are like out there, if people are listening to this that only follow Instagram and Twitter or Facebook and they just saw like the picked quotes, there's one section where I think it's very unfair what was picked out of everything he said. This episode is sponsored by our partners at DraftKings. We're only a few weeks in and the NBA season is already wild. Stars, 2 NHL teams, are going off. Rookies are making noise, and the action doesn't stop. That's the Wild and the Stars, is who I was referencing as NHL teams. New customers bet just $5, NBA team, and get $200 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code JMBaseball. That's code JMBaseball to get $200 in bonus bets instantly if your first $5 bet hits, plus 3 months of NBA League Pass, no matter what, in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is Jake's.
Down, you'll probably stay the same or go up then?
I think, would it be ideal if I went down? Of course. But does that mean that's going to happen? Of course not. Again, we want to field a team we know can win a championship, or we believe can win a championship. We don't know anything in that regards as far as the future. But yeah, so it just hasn't changed, John, which is why, payrolls have gone up probably every year. Doesn't mean they won't go slightly down one year and then up the year after that. I mean, it all depends on what's out there and what the possibilities are, and how much I feel, we're able or we need to pull the trigger on those possibilities.
Yeah, and then there's another section where he said, before winter meetings, me and Cashman will discuss a range, but it's a dynamic situation. That range can disappear in an instant if a deal arises that I believe would significantly address one of our needs. So it's difficult to provide a specific number. That's what I'm trying to convey. It's a different scenario. But just the quote, would it be ideal if payroll went down? Of course. But he shrugs before that, and he's kind of just saying that like as a business guy, of course. And then he says, but it all depends on the market. And if something out there says we got to spend on this, I'll do it, which he has done. Like they did go get Max Fried. They got Judge when they needed to. They missed out on Harper and the shortstop class, and I still am very upset about those. I don't understand them at the time. I still don't understand them now. Those were opportunities, and I don't know who said no, where they should have said this is a need and we should spend, and that's hurting the team to this day that they, in those two areas, the Harper Machado offseason and the Trey Turner, Corey Seager, Simeon offseason, when all those shortstops were available, they missed huge. But he is saying that if it arises, we'll spend on it, and I've done that.
Yeah, I didn't know the Hal quotes were getting thrown out of proportion too much, because he kind of says what you want to hear.
Yeah, well, a lot of people just chose that would it be ideal if payroll went down? Of course, and posted that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Not that even that alone is that crazy a thing to say.
Would it be ideal if your rent went down?
I know. But you get what I'm saying. People are seeing that just going cheap out.
Yeah,
like, it's actually a decent answer.
Yeah.
He actually says right after that, I'd go over if it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit modern internet that, Hal's interview, I mean, electric, is that Rail Riders t-shirt? Is that what he's wearing there?
Yeah.
So we love that, repping the team.
I mean, he threw that on right before the interview. He was like, what do we got? What do we got? I need some branding. Rail Riders? All right, fine.
Perfect. And I mean, what are these interviews anyways? Like, I guess that's where I start spinning a little bit. Like, and you can hear it in the beat reporters' voices. Like the older veteran beat reporters are like, okay, this is my juicy moment with Hal. The newer beat reporters, you hear the little bit of hesitation in their voice because it's like, wait, how much is this guy worth?
The newer ones are kind of trying to get the juicier quotes. They hit him on the profitability thing, which I think is silly. Like, Amazon's never profitable. Like, companies that big don't want to be profitable at year's end. They just want to, like, break even because taxes and stuff. So, like, when he says you don't know. Like, yeah, we have no idea.
Right. I mean, that's where we're starting. That's where it just starts to get very semantical.
Yeah.
It's like what you're saying, like Amazon is making money.
Yeah.
But how they're spinning it at the end of the day. So it's
making enough to keep going and, making sure that they don't get hit at the end. Like, but that's how like big companies operate. So to just look at the player payroll and be like, you made so much money. It's like, well, we don't know. Only the Braves know. And you got to go through all that paperwork.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're making money. I think where the bottom line lands.
Clearly.
Yes.
And there's that thing of like amount of revenue coming in and how much they spend on their players.
Correct.
But then there's the other part of it where the Angels didn't have air conditioning. And the Yankees like have great training facilities. Like, and that doesn't come into the budget. I'm not totally excusing it. I'm just saying
nobody
we don't
knows
know.
how much that costs.
Nobody knows.
I guess that's where I was kind of started this thing with this press conference, and I kind of just shrugged because like, what is this?
Well,
like what answers are the beat reporters or Hal going to give?
He did some fan service, which me and Joe's appreciated.
Go on.
He brought up the bad base running in 5 different questions. He said mental mistakes, base running for sure, which is why we made a coaching change. That has been a thorn in our side most of the season this year. I don't know if you have audio for these at all.
You talk to players and coaches around this team and about things that you need to do better. What are some of the things that they say to you, and do you agree with it? Just ways this team can improve for 26.
Yeah, look, mental mistakes, base running for sure, which is why we made a change there. Has been a thorn in our side most of the season last year or this year. So yes, whatever concerns that they have, it's not just them. Obviously, Cash is involved too, intimately involved. We're going to make a change and we're going to do better at it. But if you're asking specific about this year, the base running mistakes was not good, not good. So we've made a change there, coaching wise, and we're going to expect better results this year.
I mean, I like that he's saying the base running mistakes were not good because we heard opposite all year from the Yankees.
Right.
But I don't like that he's pinning it just on Chapman because
Well,
that
yeah.
seems weird. But I do like that he's addressing that.
And weren't they worse at base running in 24?
They had worse talent in 24. Like Glaber and Soto were awful.
Right.
This year they had Jazz getting doubled off when Boone and Chapman went at it. They had the
5 can't happen.
They had the can't happens
Right.
all the time. So, and that, they didn't make a ton of like mistakes every day, but when they made mistakes, they were big moments. They were loud. Rice fell asleep on the bases twice. Dominguez fell asleep on the bases once.
Right.
It was all the young kids. It was just like head in the game awareness. So I don't know if that lands on I don't know, but he's blaming that on Chapman and saying that's why they got rid of him.
Yeah, and I obviously want to clean that up. I guess when we're circling up on what the Yankees need to do to get better, to win, to go to, it's one World Series since 2009, like it feels bigger than the base running.
It's a huge part of it. I think the way they were bad.
His best quote was the summer. He came
Summer
at
swoon.
the summer swoon.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just like they lose head in the game in the middle of the season. Like a lot of the base running mistakes came during the summer swoon where they just kind of go through the damn motions.
They look awful.
And look awful. And he goes, did you have that quote? It was 6-7 again. I think he says 6 to 7 weeks.
What most encouraged you about this team? What most disappointed you about this team?
Nice, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Good cue.
Well, what most encouraged me about the team is how well they played together, how incredible they had each other's backs, how incredible the clubhouse was. They like many teams we've had in the past, never thought they were out of it, never thought they were going to lose a game. And when they had a tough loss the next day, it's almost like it didn't happen. They just bounced right back.
That's kind of true.
What was disappointing, obviously, was the result. I didn't like that 6-7 week period that we had where we were making mistakes, not playing good baseball, not hitting. That can't happen every year, in my opinion. And certainly what happened in the postseason was disappointing. We went in healthy. We went in my opinion, playing good ball and got through that first tough series. And I really thought we were going to go on a roll. And we just quit hitting. And, our pitching faltered as well. I think somebody told me we gave up 34 runs in 34 innings. You're not going to beat the Blue Jays, as good a team as they are, doing that.
True.
Very true.
But yeah, the summer swoon. Yeah, I'd like for that to end. I'd like for it to end.
Agree.
What's the schedule next year? Do we have a bunch of easy teams in April, May, and then all divisional opponents in June and July again? Because then I don't know if it's going to end.
Right. Come back, Garrett.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing. They're coming. No, because they're going to get into it. Season opens up on Netflix.
Yeah.
The opening game.
Against the Giants. So is that the third year in a row they're opening up against an IL team? IL, National League. Is what
They got
people say.
Houston for 24.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 4 in a row.
Used to be.
Giants, Mariners opening trip. Oh, brutal.
It's out of the way.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm so excited about baseball those first couple weeks that I end up watching West Coast games anyway.
Yeah, no, we loved that.
Yeah,
we
I
loved
think
that last year.
I think I like that.
Okay, so now we'll just do the whole regular season. First series against San Fran, I got them winning.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle.
Wait. Oh, then Marlins and A's.
Okay, so they win both of those.
Then Rays and Angels.
I got us doing great in those.
Okay, then
What do you have, 9-4?
yeah. 8, 9, 10 and 2. Then the Royals and the Red Sox. Okay, we go to Fenway and Houston in April. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's get those out of the way so we don't just beat nobodies for 2 months and think we're the greatest and then play in division and tough teams on the road and then it stinks. And then at Rangers. So that's that's a lot of road games. Almanac predicting rain? Probably. They go to Milwaukee. They go to Baltimore. That's a weird trip. It doesn't make sense. I guess Baltimore's so close to home that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then is this May? All right, look at this stretch in May. Mets, Blue Jays, Rays. That was a stretch that ate them up last year. That was the July 4th area of time, right? It was the Mets series where it was just like, oh my God.
Past few years, the Mets series have been like,
Because summer.
just get out alive.
Hey, how about it?
Do we play them every July 4th now? Wasn't that a thing they were talking about?
Is that
Or
rivalry
September
weekend?
11th?
There's been a couple of them.
Is that rivalry?
This year they have the Twins on July 4th. Dub.
That'd be a nice win. Are they doing Yankees Mets September 11th? I know I'm hopping
I think
around
so.
on you. That's supposed to be a new thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least they've been doing it on the 5s,
Yeah.
anniversary-wise.
That September schedule's light. Who knows, but Angels, Padres are good. Rockies, Mets in September. Shots fired. Twins. All right, so hopefully the schedule erases it, which isn't really what you'd want to say. It
Yeah.
sounds like an excuse, but
It's more of a mindset.
I mean, what was their record against the AL East?
Yeah, where'd that land?
Detailed baseball reference standings. That's what I type into Google when I want to see this page. Okay, Yankees versus the East were 27 and 25.
Looks like they took care of business against Baltimore. They were 9-4. Tampa, they were 9-4. So I'm scared to do the others. 5-8 against the Blue Jays. 4-9 against the Red Sox, and that's with a strong finish. And those are the 4 other teams. They are the 5th.
Brutal. 21 and 10 against the Central. 20 and 11 against the West. 26 and 22 in interleague play, and they're usually very good at interleague play. So that's a little closer than you would think. 6 and 8 in extra innings, 23 and 22 in one-run games, 19 and 17 versus lefty pitchers, and versus teams over 500, they were 45 and 44. I like to work on division rivals good division teams and good teams. I'd like to beat those guys.
Awesome.
Sonny Gray is a Red Sox.
Good for him.
Wow, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That'll get
I like
the stadium going.
I like Sonny.
Yankee fans have always had an extra fueled hate for Sonny for no reason.
I hope he wears like Brock Holt style pants.
I think so. I think he kind of does.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
as
short. I
baggy.
think a lot of short guys just kind of look like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope. Good. What's the deal? No one knows.
No one knows that he had a full no trade clause, so he approved it. I know that much.
Oh, they traded for him.
It's a trade.
There's gonna be a lot of trades because this free agency class stinks.
Mm.
It does. It's like Tucker, Belly, Imai.
The high end is thin. I think there's pretty good depth to it.
There's a solid second tier of pitching at least. But
Is there? I gotta look at it again. I guess I just looked at it from a Yankees brain.
I think starting pitching wise, you can put together.
starting pitching wise, position player wise, yeah, kind of he.
Ranger Suarez, Framber Valdez.
My king?
Cease.
Oh, how about that?
My?
The Padres are apparently going to take Luke Weaver and Mike Kingham into a starter.
Why don't you back off?
Give me Mike King back then. That's what I trade.
My king's a free agent.
Yeah, give him back.
Okay.
Nice deal. I'd like Kinger.
Love King.
Love.
Yeah, I guess I might just be out on like National League, on like MLB talent. None of these names do much for me in the starting pitching. Ranger, Framber, Dylan Cease, Merrill Kelly. After that,
Imai, Gallen, Bassett, Giolito.
apparently the Yankees like Giolito. That was an early rumor.
Tall.
Feels like a range they could be swimming in.
Yeah, I mean Bassett, Merrill Kelly are 37 years old. Bassett for 1 year.
We need someone for the first 2 months.
I know.
He's proven he can go to the pen now.
I said Verlander in a Corey Kluber deal. Just wants to win, make his rounds, check the Yankees off of his list before he retires. I'm not calling for it because I want it. It just doesn't surprise me. It fits the bill of what they've kind of done before.
They need an insurance piece for the first half of the season.
Yeah.
So I think that's where they're going to land, but I think Belly matters, and I do think you're just right on the trade market because the Yankees actually have minor league prospects. What is this? Kind of sounds rude. What is the heel move? Like, there is a team that has a starting pitcher with 1 or 2 years of control left that could see the upside and heal, and that would be the Yankees swap that makes the rotation just feel a little more stable. That I think there's something there, and I think they have to jumble up the lineup. There is a chance the Yankees front office is just looking at it and saying they're not, and they could be looking at that and saying that without Belly, which makes me really scared because Belly was their second best player last year.
Yeah. Everyone no-showed in the postseason, man. If you go look at their slash lines in the postseason, it's brutal.
Horrible.
It's literally Judge and no one else. McMahon, but limited at bats. Goldie, but limited at bats.
Yeah. Yes.
Just
And
to
they
follow
all-
up on Sonny Gray, the full trade is Brandon Clark, who is Red Sox 5 prospect, and Dick Fitz going there.
Oh.
So
He had the-
Yankees all over the place.
Dick Fitz had the rude quotes about the Yankees, right? Or
Wait.
was that the other prospect?
Dick Fitz and who? Clark?
Brandon Clark is like the piece, but Dick Fitz also going.
Oh, nice.
Who was that Sox starting pitcher that was just like, I hate the Yankees. My dad told me to hate the Yankees, and I hate the Yankees.
That wasn't Dickie Fitz.
That wasn't Dick Fitz?
No, that was the guy that looks like he's from Boston. Connor.
No, that wasn't Connor Early.
Early.
He's the redheaded face. The isn't it? He's
Peyton No, it wasn't Tolley. Hunter Dobbins.
yeah, Hunter Dobbins.
Hunter Dobbins.
Yeah,
Dipper
yeah.
Dibbins.
And then they were like, your dad never played for them.
Yeah. It's
So,
like, hey, they were so
just-
mean to my dad. And then his dad was like,
uh,
don't tell the media.
that was a
about
fucking
I told you that
bedtime
when you were
story, Hunter. I was tucking you in.
I just wanted you to pitch well today.
Oh, God.
Just trying to light the fire a little bit. I said that stayed in the family. That stays in the family. I like them.
They have a lot of minor league arms that people like too.
Yeah.
They got what the fuck? What am I looking at? Why is Austin Wells on this list?
What's the list?
2024 top prospects. I don't know why I'm on 2024.
Oh.
Give me 2026, please.
Yeah, that's 2 lists ago.
Why? Can you guys tell me if I'm crazy? If you go to Fangraphs and do the depth chart thing, and you look at the top prospects,
right.
Does yours say Spencer Jones, Austin Wells, Jason Dominguez, 2024?
Let's see.
Did they just not update them?
No, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. No, I think we're in a weird time for prospects. I forget what I was looking at earlier. If you go to the top of the sheet, you go 2025 and you click Yankees. Dominguez, Will Warren. So it's still from like the start of the season. Dominguez, Will Warren, Jones, Lombard, Schlittler, Hampton, ERC. Oh. JC is Scar at 19. What?
They need a righty catcher.
It's on the list.
Pretty bad. They can trade Lombard, everyone's favorite future shortstop. Carlos Lagraje. Bryce Cunningham. All those guys jumped up a bunch. Did they trade Cunningham? They traded 7 pitchers.
But it was kind of none of
Yeah.
like the guys going into deadline season that we were like,
Yeah.
that'll be a big trade.
Beebs, where did you send the links about when we were making our plans? You had sent links to, was that in Slack?
Yes, that was in the Talkin Yanks Slack. That should be the most recent or second most recent set of messages in there.
The other thing that I don't have my head wrapped around is that the Yankees like themselves.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Everyone should try to strive to achieve that.
I like me, John Candy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Thanksgiving.
Cam Schlittler was just a huge win for them. Like,
Yeah. I hope he continues to be.
and he can be. I'm going to be excited about Cam Schlittler. The him and Cole, big brother, little brother thing. I like that. And I was surprised to see he threw 160 innings last year, which, again, you could put in a nervous bucket, but you can also put in an excited bucket. Like, him and Will Warren both threw $160 last year across levels. Like, that's kind of nice. Usually you're talking about a young pitcher, and you're like, yeah, he threw 110 last year, so we're hoping for 130. Like, these guys kind of pitched. So, in a way, that's exciting. And Schlittler was, like, the third guy mentioned after ERC, Hess, and Christensen. That's his name. I'm blanking on it. That the Yankees are feeling really good. Like, they have paid pitchers that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Fried, Cole at some point. Rodon, hopefully at some point. They have young pitchers that they really like, which Schlittler, ERC, Hess.
If Cole and Rodon and Clark were all healthy, and you're looking at a Cole, Fried, Rodon, 1, 2, 3, and then the bottom 2 are filled in by Clark, Will Warren, Luis Heel, Cam Schlittler, amazing place to be. The fact that 3 of those guys that would land at the top 4, 3 would be in the top 4, are not, is what's scary. I found the article, and these are the prospects that they say the Yankees should be trading. My guy, Carlos Lagraje. But make him the closer and then trade him to the Padres, and they'll turn him into a starter. That's what we need for a little bit.
Right.
He is a flame-throwing,
Right.
tall Betances type
Two
out of the
pitches,
bullpen.
Go nuts.
He's throwing more pitches. The changeup's kind of nice. I haven't scouted him in a while. I should get back on that.
Did you just say the changeup's kind of nice?
Dude, it kind of is. But you're kind of judging it against minor leaguers.
Right.
So that's tough. Remember how gross, not to shots fired on our guy that they traded for Verdugo. Remember how gross his slider, Weissert sweeper looked in his minor league highlights? It looked like out of this world.
Right.
And then he threw it twice to Carlos Correa, and I was like, oh, that pitch stinks. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, who just dropped Cruz, so now he's just ER.
Really?
Yeah, Elmrod, they're calling it.
Who's they?
His cousin put out a memo. Not
Elmrod?
not Erod, not Elrod. Elmrod.
I thought we were calling him the glue guy.
Horse killer. Bryce Cunningham. It sounds like he should be in Boston. And Ben Hess.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 guys.
Yeah.
So trade 3 of them and get what you get.
Yeah, the other thing that just keeps jumping out is heel. Like in all those conversations, we just named 3 pitchers that have gotten over 100 million. Clark, who again statistically, when he's been on the mound the past 2 years, he's been like incredible. We just named 4 top prospects. Luis Hill won the Rookie of the Year, is splitting the gap between all that. He has more value to another team than he does the Yankees right now. That I feel like there's a Luis Hill for like a 1-year guy pitcher that we come into camp being like, hey, we get 1 year of this guy. And I haven't figured out who that is yet.
Me neither. Maybe we just find the best indie ball player in the World Baseball Classic.
Right.
Peter Moylan style, and sign him
Yes.
to be a reliever. That's how D-Rob got back in the bigs.
He'll probably be back. Sign D-Rob.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, I like D-Rob, but it seems like that isn't going to happen because they don't like each other, I think, or something. I was going to say something else that I forget. Dang me. Well, you ought to get a rope and hang me. What was I going to say, Jake?
Luis Hill has 3 years left, I think. I think you trade him for a really good 1-year guy or an okay 2-year guy.
You'd have to probably give another flyer down the line because they did Justice Sheffield
Give
for
him
Paxton,
flyers.
who was 2 years for 6 years. I am wearing my Cam Schlittler shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. The Slash Line merch team produced this year. It's Cam Schlittler. It's Statue of Liberty. It's everything that's great. We've got tons of shirts. Slash Line is the name of our merch store. They're crushing it. We are doing awesome stuff. So go check it out. You can find your favorite team, your favorite player, your favorite moment, or your favorite brand. Click the link in the description and shop now. Oh, I was going to say this about the Japanese guy, Imai. I read the full quote. There's a quote going around where he was like, I don't want to join a team with Japanese players. I want to beat them. I read the full quote, and I didn't realize that quote starts with, of course, I'd enjoy playing alongside Ohtani and Yamamoto, but winning against a team like that and becoming world champion would be valuable too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so you guys
Quotes.
just got me all George Steinbrenner fired up by just picking the bottom half of the quote, thinking he doesn't want to go to the Dodgers when his first response was, of course, I'd like to play alongside Ohtani and Yamamoto.
Right.
But this is a good thing or a bad thing. If George Steinbrenner heard those quotes, I think he would be like, oh, sign that kid. Because he did say, winning against a team like that and becoming world champion would be the most valuable thing in my life. Can you look at this guy's married, has kids? If anything, I'd rather take them down. So that's what he said. And then it says he expressed interest in joining a team without a Japanese player for full cultural immersion. No interpreter either.
Yeah.
Just dip me in.
Raw.
Yeah. I want to feel like a lost boy. Does this guy have any family? Can you check that out?
Tell him don't go to Toronto.
No, he's not.
You want the full American experience.
Toronto's getting Tucker, which is a bummer.
Maybe.
They always lose out.
No personal
They've always
info.
lost out on every free agent. That's like the thing that the Blue Jays have been known for the last couple of years. They just proved, hey, we have a support system, a coaching staff, a philosophy, a team identity. Like every Blue Jays player and their wives, is how amazing it was, and the culture and all that. And there's not many other people bidding for him.
Yeah.
So
There's just one
to
thing.
me, I've accepted that.
Vladdy, 500 mil.
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker, close to 400 mil.
Yeah.
Bo Bichette's going to be close to
He's not returning.
200. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
If they do Bichette for Tucker, I'll take that.
Bichette's going to Team Brazil.
Also, WBC.
Where's Bo Bichette going to go?
Toronto.
Yeah?
Yeah. So that's where I think Tucker's, Mets, Dodgers.
Oh, Mets are going to try and get Tucker.
They just traded Nimmo.
They just traded Nimmo to try
Cleared
and
up
get
long-term
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
And definitely not Belly.
I don't think the Yankees should get Tucker. He's not going to play left.
Yeah,
You'd have to trade Stanton. You'd have to be like, Stanton, you want to go to Dodgers?
Belly hadn't played left till
Stanton,
last
you want to
year.
go to Dodgers, get your ring?
Yeah, I don't think we should Gallo Kyle Tucker like that. There's a chance Kyle Tucker could play left field, and that would be nice.
Belly hadn't played left field in like years until.
Well, he played center. Played center.
Tucker used to when he was a little younger.
Yeah, he hasn't in a while. Last time I checked, he played right field like only. But I could have missed some.
Since like establishing himself as a guy who can say like just put me in a spot.
I just the upside that Tucker can provide. Again, people do this in any industry they're in. Like the last time I've seen the Yankees, the only time the Yankees have gone to a World Series in the past 15 years, it was a 1A, 1B. Tucker has more 1B potential than Belly does. And they need someone. They need something. Like, look at these other teams.
I have a big time ask. And I know he doesn't want to do it at all.
Don't say Judge to first.
No.
Okay.
That's eventually, maybe. I don't know. No.
You were on a big Judge to first kick for a while.
Well, eventually he's going to go to first. He's going to be lumbering out there. He should get it done at first. Social. You have to go pants down. No. Brett Gardner. I know he is a man of his farm now, his field.
Bring him in.
I need him to teach these guys how to play left field at the stadium. The kids that didn't watch Brett Gardner play left field at the stadium, I have highlight videos I've tweeted. Nobody, because he was the only guy he was on the team in 2008, so the new Yankee Stadium left field and the closer wall and all that. He's really the only guy. He spent the most time out there, probably. No one plays those walls and the nuances.
Yeah.
I mean, if I see Dominguez working with Gardner and just walking the walls, like ball hits here, you got to know that you have to break by here.
Right.
Ball doesn't hit here. If it's on dirt at this point, you know that you got to bust it to the corner. I mean, like I said during the season, Dominguez looked like he's chasing a cat into the corner when he was tracking down a ball that was on the ground. He had no idea which way that thing was going to spring loose.
None.
And it always got by him, or he bobbled it, or he just went so slow to reach down and pick it up. So until Gardner, get him back in the fold.
I'm with that.
Thank you.
I support that.
Thank you. Wonder if I have the video. Beebs, if I find this video, you should just put it at the end of this episode. We can get out of here.
Sure.
Because although Twitter search sucks these days, you search for something and they just show you anything else.
It's gotten tough.
Okay. April 9th, 2022, I said Yanks need to bring Gardner in as left field sidewall coach. And I have a video here. So I've been pitching this for a while.
You have.
Dude, he was so good. Let me find this for you, Jay.
Really good.
I don't know if he ever won a Gold Glove.
I think he got one.
Okay. So that's Gallo getting eaten up by that sidewall. Right here, yeah. Hits that wall. Somehow Gardner would have known what that ball was doing and wouldn't have happened. And now watch. That ball died, but he didn't even break stride with his running. Who was that? Was that Squid? There's another one again. Like he I guess he just slowed down. Nice tag. He slowed down earlier in his, and then he would speed up, where Gallo just sprinted to the wall. So Gardner's taking like more thoughtful steps early and then knowing hold up or sprint if it gets past. Look at all these doubles he's saving.
That was a pretty good hop.
Yeah, but that's the 5th one we've seen. That one didn't hit the wall.
Hey, man, I got no qualms with Cardi.
Toss.
Call him out. Call him
Call
out.
him out. What are you
Call him
doing?
out.
Jeez, Oh,
Joey Bats, get out of here.
so mad about it. First inning, runner on second.
Maybe Dominguez should start throwing with his left hand.
Go straight to hold. See that? The Yankees didn't do that all last year. He just held the guy. He let the run score and held the guy to a single because that's what the game needed. My goodness, this is a thing of beauty. What an edit I made.
Go get Robinson Cano back. Oh
boy, that's what they look like now.
New camera angle. It's nice.
Andujar at third.
Have Dominguez throw with his different arm.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
When you watch Gardner do this, it looks like he's doing nothing at all. But if I were to make a montage of all the left fielders since playing balls off that part of the wall, it would look bad.
Yes.
It would look bad.
Not Belly.
Probably not.
I think you just need a good defender.
Was that Glaber at the end there? Tough ending. That was Glaber. So anyway, Gardy, I know you're enjoying your life, but we need you to help out. Just got to walk the wall.
Walk the wall.
A-Rod did it with Didi. All right. All your pressing questions can be sent into the ether. We don't want to talk it to you. Sorry, leave them as a comment. And we'll figure it out. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.